Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Murodjon Akhmadaliev makes a statement in the super bantamweight division by knocking out Ricardo Espinoza in 3 rounds. The one word I would use to describe this performance would be clinical. Took care of his opponents in double quick fashion, accurate, precise, quick, powerful, dominant. You know, going in, we expected Akhmadaliev to win this fight. I think that's fair to say. Espinoza is a guy who's came up short at the elite level. You know, when he's got to world level, he has lost. Obviously, Danny Roman beat him on points, but that was a competitive fight. And he lost to Ricardo in a competitive fight as well, where he got stopped in the last round. He was right in that fight with Casemiro, was taking Casemiro to the brink, but Casemiro pulled it out. And again, like I said, he was competitive with Danny Roman as well. He wasn't competitive with MJ Akhmadaliev, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Akhmadaliev too quick, too fast, too powerful, too precise, dominant. Round 1, Espinoza came out and tried to force the pace on Akhmadaliev. He didn't throw many shots, but he tried to get lead foot positioning on the southpaw. Both guys were stepping on each other's feet in round 1. And it was a competitive round for like the first 90 seconds or so. Then Akhmadaliev got his timing down, and he was able to counter and time Espinoza coming in with his overhand left. Landed that shot a few times towards the end of round 1, which won him the round. And basically right from that moment, it looked like Akhmadaliev had figured Espinoza out. And that's exactly what happened. Round 2 starts and, Espinoza again tries to come out relatively aggressive. But Akhmadaliev, takes advantage of that and uses the aggression against Espinoza. Starts to walk him into the lead check right hook. Of course, Akhmadaliev is a southpaw. And that check right hook in this fight was money for Akhmadaliev. The low lead hand of Espinoza got him in trouble. And as soon as he would come forwards, Akhmadaliev would whip him around the side of the head with that check right hook. And he would follow up with a straight left hand as well. Primarily he was just picking single counter shots on Espinoza. And again, dominant rounds by Akhmadaliev. And round 3 was where the fight ended. Espinoza made no adjustments whatsoever. Again, tried to apply front foot pressure, but when he did punch, he was leaning in with punches. Gets caught with a straight left hand, bang on the chin, down goes Espinoza, and that was, the writing was on the wall at that point in time. And at this point in time, Espinoza was hurt, but Espinoza didn't try to hold on. He tried to fight fire with fire. Akhmadaliev lights him up. Again, the right hook in particular, a key punch. The straight left hand, a key punch. Some uppercuts going in there as well, I think. He drops Espinoza again. Espinoza at this point in time even more hurt, but does beat the counter game. Again, despite getting knocked down twice in the third, Espinoza doesn't hold. He doesn't try to move. He doesn't try to see out the round. He tries to fight on, and to his detriment, gets caught with another left-hand counter, dropped again, referee waves it off, and rightly so. Dominant performance by Akhmadaliev. Great from start to finish, switched on, razor sharp, quick, powerful, accurate, dominant. What can I say? Great performance by Akhmadaliev. Really, really good. Did what he had to do. And, outperformed the likes of Daniel Roman and Ricardo Casemiro. But yeah, man, great performance by Akhmadaliev. And to me, again, this just really signifies and cements that Akhmadaliev is the #1 contender at super bantamweight. I've done some research on Sam Goodman, who is Inouye's next opponent. Sam Goodman is a decent fighter. Solid fighter. Top 10 in the division. I'm not trying to denigrate Sam Goodman. But we have to ask the question now, is Inouye avoiding Akhmadaliev? Because it's looking a little fucking fishy. Since he won Undisputed, he's stuck around, he's fought TJ Dehaney. You know, he's fighting Sam Goodman. He fought Mexican dude, I forgot his name, Luis Neri. But not Akhmadaliev. I don't know, it's looking a little fishy. Like, stylistically, I think he's always been the most interesting fight for Inoue at super bantamweight. And people are going to say, you know, well, Inoue beat Tapales, who beat Akhmadaliev. Well, me personally, I felt Akhmadaliev beat Tapales. And number two, styles make fights. We haven't seen Inoue fight somebody with the power of Akhmadaliev at super bantam. We haven't seen him fight that kind of quick counterpuncher like Akhmadaliev is. Stylistically, he's a completely different proposition to what we've seen Inoue in with so far at super bantamweight. And I think his team know that. I'm a big fan of Inoue. I've really gone to bat for Inoue over the years. But are we seeing a repeat of when Inoue jumped the flyweight division with the likes of Roman Gonzalez, who was still in good form back then? Are we seeing a repeat of that situation? Akhmadaliev versus Inoue should happen. You know, I'm sick and tired of, like, just because a guy is in our good graces and who's done well and who's put in great performances, we can't give these guys free passes. For me, this is looking fishy now. For me, Akhmadaliev is the most interesting fight for Inoue at super bantam. So we shall see. I think the fight has to happen. I think it has to happen. You wouldn't get excited for that fight? This is why we need to get Turki Al-Sheikh on the blower. Chuck some money down, get it in Saudi, wherever, Japan. Doesn't matter. This fight needs to happen. Best fight at super bantamweight, easily. I've got more interest in Inoue fighting Akhmadaliev than I have Inoue going up and fighting Nick Ball, or Angelo Leo, or Brandon Figueroa, etc. You know? That's how I see it, Bo. That's how I see it. For me, the fight to make is Inoue versus Akhmadaliev. And Akhmadaliev done a good call out at the end of the fight. What he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, but what he basically said was, be a man, take the fight. Let's get it. I don't want to hear any people like trying to pour cold water on this fight. It's kind of strange how people are kind of insinuating that MJ doesn't deserve a fight, or he, you know, how Inoue's not to blame. Well, MJ's mandatory. You know, Team Inoue, they've had their exception. Take it. That's how I see it, man. Take it. But anyway, share your thoughts below. Be new guy, Del Boy. Peace.